What's happening, y'all? It's Tuesday here on Wake Up Barstool. We got NFL playoffs on the docket with a lot of hearts on the line. We'll break it all down, plus college football playoffs right around the corner. What an exciting Final Four. Black Monday happening in the NFL, a lot of openings. Who better to talk to than Jay Glazer, okay? And we once again engage in supreme debate, and it all starts right now on FS1. What's happening, guys? Welcome in. Wake Up Barstool Tuesday edition. T-Bob Bear, Big Cat, Eddie, Nikki, and Steven Cheah here on the lineup for today. We're going to be a really fun show today. Last night, guys, and part of the year, no Monday Night Football. What are you going to do? Oh, wait! Here come the Redbirds in Montana State. How about it? The FCS National Championship. It's odd to say that we're going to start here, but in a Monday night that was devoid of other football, this game absolutely delivered, dude.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I feel bad for anyone who didn't figure out this game was going on and tune in. I also feel bad for Illinois State Redbirds because a 4th and 1 where they should have so clearly gone for it and special teams were not their strong suit, that will haunt them forever.
Yeah, a lot was made about the playoff schedule. Dan Lanning had his quote, "This was the perfect schedule."
Oh, yeah.
On the Monday after Monday Night Football?
Yep. And they usually
true.
Yeah, no, Dan Lanning has been spot on with his entire take that the way that the college football playoff should work is if they could figure out a way to have the semifinal be on New Year's Day and then have this date.
Yep.
Essentially every single year. I know you'd have to maybe be too quick of a turnaround for this exact Monday night, but whatever it is, like the first Monday after the New Year's or the first Friday, whatever it may be, giving us one standalone when college football is still in your mind. Like, this is the end of bowl season. This is when college football still should be played. Instead, we're like, 15 days away from the college football national.
It's way too long. It's way too long.
Have a full 2 weeks, yeah.
And then the NFL playoffs move in, and so the college football kind of gets thrown in the middle of it. No, but this game was awesome, dude. It had it all. Montana State really controlling the game early. Illinois State coming roaring back. Special teams debacles, bad snaps at the end of the game. Overtime drama, a 4th and 10.
A guy named Taco. A guy named Dane Steele.
Dane Steele?
Dane Steele made an incredible play, and I think it was the second quarter. Montana State was just rolling out dudes that just don't have normal names. I loved. It was great football. And I'm happy that they did, like Eddie said, move it, because this we used to be played in Frisco on Saturday at noon. This had a big game feel.
Yeah.
Because we texted the group
crowd.
chat, it was like, it feels weird with no football. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Rock Osweiler on the call, who, similar to Cheah, has a tattoo on his body that has the wrong grammar structure.
What does he have?
He has a similar one where I think it's he has a "it's," but he didn't use a comma or.
That's one of the tough ones.
I'm apostrophe-less.
Apostrophe-less,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he needs one, I think. Yeah.
What's your tattoo, Che?
It says it's the yak. It's
Are people devastated down in Normal, Illinois?
Yeah, I think this meant a lot to them. They weren't supposed to be there.
It was Cinderella run.
Yeah,
they beat the number 1 team in 3 rounds ago?
Yeah,
2 rounds ago?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were unranked, so I think they're definitely probably upset about it.
And you went to Southern Illinois.
Yes.
Is that a rival? Were you happy with his downfall?
Not necessarily. I don't really care, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you. It was good to see a state school kind of representing. So I was rooting for Illinois.
Did you hear about the travel that Illinois had to go through in these playoffs? And think about the equipment. Over 8,000 miles. You want to talk about a tournament spanning the country? They started in southeastern Louisiana, in Hammond, Louisiana. Then they go to North Dakota. Then they go all the way out west to California, UC Davis. Then they go all the way to Philly to play Villanova. And now they found themselves in Nashville, and they were so close.
That's a tough wake-up today. That's a tough wake-up today.
And it's something that, unfortunately, will haunt these players for the rest of their lives. But on the well, no,
Put it lightly.
Yeah.
No, I guess.
And they'll never be back.
I guess I just speak
They'll
from
think
experience.
about this 4th and 1 forever.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
the best team in Illinois State history, though.
Yeah.
Unless they got a natty somewhere. But
A cold comfort, Ed.
You don't know at all.
I don't know, but I'm going down on a limb.
Cold comfort as someone who's a member of one of those teams. But still, for Montana State, you know their lives are made. Thrill of victory, agony defeat.
I feel like they win
ABC
every year. I
Wild
feel like
Rose.
one of the Montanas wins every year.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Like
a
North
little
Dakota,
unfair.
Montana area.
Yeah,
All the Dakotas.
I'll say this:
All
it was
very good.
Top 10 team in Illinois State history, and if it wasn't, then I don't feel bad for their loss because that means they've won.
And they're giants. True. Montana's a Dakota in my mind.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Montana's a Dakota.
Montana, Idaho,
Dakotas.
Either way, shout out to this game. Shout out to all the players delivering on a Monday night when we needed you most. That was awesome. What an ending to the FCS season. Before that, it's Black Monday. NFL coach firings, guys. We started to go through them. I want to rank the open jobs as well. We'll start in Vegas.
Well, no. We got to start by saying we just want to let everyone know at home this is a really tough day to talk about these guys getting fired, and they have families, and they're
Never want to
human
see anyone lose
beings.
their job.
You never want to see anyone lose their job, and we wish we didn't have to talk about these guys who get paid like tens of millions of dollars, get fired, and yes, they will get hired almost immediately because if you work in football, you will keep a job in football forever. But yeah, it pains us because you know what? Yesterday was the least fun day in the calendar year for me.
Wow.
I'll just say it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big of you, man.
No, I don't care about it.
Empathy.
No, I just love when
Personified.
journalists do that. It's like, dude, it's okay. Like, yeah, it stinks to get fired. Like, I do feel bad, but every single head coach who got a job knows that this is a distinct possibility. And guess what? When you do get fired, you still will probably have another job somewhere.
Well, and look, we can celebrate the success stories like Joe Shane retaining his job.
Right.
22
The cockroaches.
22 and 45 and 1 in 3 years. 3 seasons in a row of double-digit losses. Excuse me, larger than 3 years. But yeah,
Chris
Joe
Ballard.
Shane, shout out to you.
Chris Ballard's going on a decade in the AFC South. He hasn't won it. Do you know how hard that is?
Yeah. He must be like the funniest guy.
We figured it out with Chris Ballard. He's actually very similar to the analogy I used was Gar Forman and John Paxson, who were the former Bulls front office. If you have a very significant event happen to one of your star players, you can basically use it for about a decade as an excuse. So Chris Ballard can say, well, we just never saw Andrew Luck retiring happening.
Yeah.
And so Gar Pax used to just be like, well, Derrick Rose, we didn't know he was going to blow out his knee.
Yeah,
and
it's
they
true.
used it for like 8 years later. They're like, it really kind of screwed up our plans.
GMs are probably pretty amped up when that happens.
Yeah. They're like, I got him out.
Is Daniel Jones, was how well he played, is that it's obviously not the full Andrew Luck, but is his Achilles like a minor excuse to give him a little injection?
Yeah, like I think that's more applies to Shane Steichen. I think Shane Steichen deserved to keep his job, but Chris Ballard has been, again, he's going on 10 years and he hasn't won
the AFC South. It's crazy. All right.
It was also kind of a strange cycle where aside from Jonathan Gannon, it's kind of hard to feel bad because a lot of these guys weren't on their first shot.
Yeah.
You know, like Stefanski, but you're the Browns coach.
And Stefanski's also going to get another shot very quickly because he did the impossible. He won a playoff game with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, he's got. I mean,
that's essentially like 4
Steelers.
Super Bowls.
There's not many coaches that hit the market with 2 Coach of the Year, like recent Coach of the Year awards under their name. He might be the premier candidate for a lot of teams.
Going to be able to be picky with his job.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this, and I want to rank the jobs available. Okay, so Pete Carroll gets fired, Stefanski gets fired, Atlanta, let's go to Raheem Morris. We knew that. Cardinals fire Jonathan Gannon, and so if we have Raiders, Falcons, Browns, Giants, Titans, Cardinals, best job available. I can start. I have them in my mind. I think the Raiders are kind of number one with a bullet here.
I agree.
And a lot of it goes back to having the number 1 pick, and I'm a big Fernando Mendoza believer, but the Raiders have that rare opportunity to choose a coach and quarterback at the same time, right? Like get your coach, let him get his guy, and then develop something that Chicago never did. Now it's worked out.
Yeah.
But famously, y'all have always been off schedule.
I agree with that.
I like Genty. You got Max Crosby, like Brock Bowers. Yeah, like I think you can. and second most cap space in the league. I think Vegas has a lot of potential.
Cap means nothing.
Okay.
Let's just be honest here. Like the cap, how many times have we seen someone say, "Oh, they're up against the cap," and then they're not?
Well, yeah, the void years.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But I would agree. The only asterisk I would put against this is who's running the show in Vegas.
Brady now, reportedly.
Are we sure?
I don't know. No. To be fair, that's all the hot reports.
Right. Okay. So, and then my follow-up would be: is that a good thing? I don't know. It's an unknown thing.
Yeah.
And by that I say, think about like Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, but does he have the skill set to run an organization?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan wasn't a really good owner. You know what I mean? So there is definitely, it's kind of the unknown of it, where I would err on the side of, yes, Brady knows a lot about football. I think he probably knows how to do this. But as always with some of the greats, it's easier to be than to teach it, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so two questions. First, what do you think then about the rumored plans of like a Brian Flores head coach with
Brian Daboll?
With Daboll as OC?
Yeah, I mean, that would probably work. Brian Flores seems like a hot name. It's a very interesting carousel because, and we'll talk to Jay Glazer about it, it does feel like all the top names are defensive names.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if you have the number one overall pick, though,
Right.
it's like, do you want to go defense because you're trying to develop Mendoza? That's where the Raiders are maybe not ideal. Like if Ben Johnson was available, be a home run, easy, go get him no matter what, pair him with Mendoza. But I don't know if there's that offensive guy out there.
I actually think this is kind of easy. I actually think it's Atlanta, no question.
Oh, I disagree.
They're in an 8-9 division.
Who's their quarterback?
It doesn't matter. They got Bijan Robinson.
They got
But they
Mike
use
London.
a lot of money. What?
They got 2.
I know, but they don't have one.
You can win. You can win that division with Kirk Cousins or Michael Penix.
They
for
don't.
sure.
They don't have their first round pick.
Okay,
They
yeah.
traded to the Rams.
Not
they
ideal.
They put a lot of money in quarterbacks in terms of draft capital and Kirk Cousins money wise. I don't think either of the guys are the answer. I mean, if you could make Kirk Cousins 5 years younger, he would be the answer. But you
Sure.
can't.
Who's
So
better then?
I would take the Raiders just for the clean start part.
I'm with you, though, Eddie. I do have Falcons 2 on my list for everything you said, but the quarterbacks is just where I bumped them right under Vegas.
I think the Titans is 2.
Really?
Nobody's paying attention.
See, I kind of feel like that with the Cardinals. I was going to research today, and I could not work up
Dude, the Cardinals.
anything for the Cardinals.
The third place team had 11 wins.
No.
John Fox.
sorry.
John Fox has more playoff wins as a head coach than the Cardinals franchise does.
And they're the oldest franchise in the NFL.
Correct.
No, sorry. Let me be clear. I meant in terms of like apathy towards him, even more so than the
okay.
Titans.
Yeah.
I was going to read about the Cardinals, and I just didn't today.
Here's the thing.
I was like, you know what? I don't think I have to.
Here's what it always comes down to. As much as you want to talk about the quarterback, the draft capital, the cap space, it really comes down to whether the owner actually wants to win football games or not. And in this list, I don't know. I don't see a lot of owners that really want to win football games. They might think they want to win football games, so that's a scary thing. Like the Cardinals do not. They are not a serious organization.
I think Arthur wants to win.
I do too.
Wait, who's that?
Okay, so here's the other
Yeah, I was
question.
gonna say,
Here's
he
the
wants to win.
follow-up.
I think Haslam wants to win.
There's two
He's
types.
just
Yeah, but there's
inept.
two
Fired
types
him
of
right
wanting
after
to-
the game.
There's two types of wanting to win, though. There is wanting to win and knowing what to do and putting the right people in place and letting them go do it. And then there's wanting to win and thinking you know how to do it, like a David Tepper, who has now obviously gotten a little bit better and hired Dave Canales. So that can actually, there could be some of these guys can want to win so badly that they're actually a detriment. Is Arthur Blank on the other side where he's like, hey, he hired Sportsology, so that's huge. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No,
They
what's
hired,
Sportsology?
like a search firm to work on their whole organization.
Oh, yeah,
It sounds
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
fakest thing I've ever heard.
They hired Matt Ryan.
They're getting
instantly.
raw.
I should work at Sportsology. Yeah, just walking around.
It's a great name, though. You know exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Sportsology.
exactly.
Sportsology. It's a study of sports.
I don't know if the Cardinals are in that camp. I think the Giants want to win. I don't think they know how to win. So that's really what it comes down to. I mean, Jimmy Haslam wants to win, but has he put himself in a spot where he gets in his own way too much?
Yes, without a doubt.
Right.
I think you're right on a lot of these not knowing how, and I think knowing how is kind of the devil in all of this, right? That's the hardest part. How intriguing should the Browns be, though? Are we underrating them by not having one or two? You're giving me a smirk, Jay, so I want to get your thoughts. But it's like they have the Browns' burden of history working against them, but Myles Garrett, really great defense. The rookie class looked really solid this year. Maybe Deshaun Watson's contract finally going to be out of there. All the bad vibes. Your thoughts on the Browns?
I guess you could look at it like, especially division, like we don't know what's happening with Lamar. Is he going to get dealt? Like Aaron Rodgers, does he come back? Pittsburgh maybe doesn't have a quarterback. Like Joe Burrow is consistently injured. Like I think you can look at it from a positive that. And the rookie class, and they have 2 first-round picks.
That's right. 2 first-round
Mini
picks.
debate. I think that's loser talk. I don't think you take a job. None of these guys are wired to take a job, and they're like going to say to themselves, "Oh, well, the division's too good."
Right.
Could you imagine Jim Harbaugh taking the Chargers job and being like, "I don't know if I want it because Patrick Mahomes is pretty good at football." No, he's going to go and he's going to beat him.
I think you have to be a realist, though. Like, is there a way the Cardinals can be competitive? Then, like, you have to think about
everything changes year to year. I think it's all about quarterback. In my mind, it's like I said, the owner and the quarterback. Like, if the owner wants to win and wants to give you the resources to win, you take the job, and the quarterback. So I think Giants and Titans are depending on how you feel about Cam Ward and Jackson Dart, those are the answers. The Browns aren't.
Jobs.
The Browns, the Browns have a very good defense. If you do not have a quarterback, you could be fired in 2 years.
Do you throw the Raiders in there because you know the number 1 overall pick will be a quarterback?
Yeah, you basically have bought yourself like self-preservation. You bought yourself at least 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, how will this quarterback do? Right?
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, you got to let him develop.
Do we know the first pick's going to be a quarterback?
I would be shocked if it's not Mendoza. He just seems to check all the boxes.
I don't know.
Insight?
No, I don't. But like
Steven Cheah is this is the funniest part about this show being on FS1. This entire world that we're talking about right now is the Raiders just fired Pete Carroll. The Raiders are going to be front and center. They have the number 1 pick. The GM for the Raiders, Steven and I both know, and like I've tried to have him. I've used the GM for the Raiders to help prank Steven Cheah on draft night before. Like, this is stupid that we both are friends with John Spytek and we're talking, and it's like he's a great guy, and I actually do believe in him, but it's just such a ridiculous world that we live in, that the guy who holds the keys to basically the entire NFL and like who they're going to hire, who they're going to draft.
Is pranking Steven Cheah on draft night.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah.
Give me your reasons why you might think it might not be quarterback.
So interesting turn is that John Spytek, the GM, was the some brains behind the operation, but he was the first one to really put the plans in motion for Tom Brady to Tampa with the idea that if you build it, they will come. Because the team had a very good roster, they were ready for a quarterback. Are the Raiders ready for a quarterback right now? Their offensive line is terrible. Do you want to sign a rookie quarterback up for that? Geno Smith, certainly not a great quarterback by any means. That being said, if you have Cam Ward, last year's number 1 pick, or Jackson Dart, or even Tyler Shuck behind that line, are they that much better? Are they competing? I don't know if you want to start the rookie clock then. If I were him, I would look to potentially move it, especially since this year's quarterback crop is not viewed as the highest. And if you love Mendoza, take Mendoza. But I would probably look to build out the team more to be ready for a franchise quarterback.
I don't hate a bridge here. I actually don't hate that at all.
These number 1 picks are so rare. I guess you kind of hit on the point, which it all
don't
comes
have
down
to be the number 1 pick to be a good.
That's true. Yeah, maybe you trade down if somebody else doesn't love Mendoza and you're not. You trade down.
But if Mendoza pans out and you were the one that didn't take him,
if he becomes an elite prospect,
I think we can also say that and he could end up being a very good player. But Ashton Genty will go down as one of the dumbest picks of all time in terms of need and situation. Mm-hmm. Like, we're talking about the Raiders doing a bridge quarterback, and they used the 6th pick overall last year on a running back.
Yeah, like that.
He could be a great player. It's no defense to Ashton Genty. It's just the dumbest possible selection you can make for a team that is that far away from competing.
Yeah, like in modern roster building, the first round running back can have a lot of value, but it has to be like the final piece.
Right.
Like the Eagles or the Lions, we upgrade there, and that's going to get us over.
On the flip side, when the Rams took Gurley, they had nothing, and that's kind of what propelled them into being a competitive team.
Yeah. He had 1,000 yards. Like, he's going to be good.
No. Jenny's going to be fine.
I agree,
no, to
but
Dan's point, they have so many other problems.
Is Mendoza too pure to be a Raider?
I think
that's why he might be perfect.
And I think he's actually perfect. He's like, he does feel like a Brady guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's such a football nerd that I think Brady might fall in love with him.
It's like he's got the tape. Off the field, you're not concerned. On the field, you know he's locked in. He's going to be doing his study. And he's a giant white guy. NFL GMs just love giant white guys.
Yeah.
Like he checks every single box. All right, when we get back, we're still going to get to, I want to hear your thoughts on Todd Bowles there, but let's talk some wild card weekend, okay?
I got some fun Todd Bowles thoughts.
Okay, coming up next here on Wake Up Barstool. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Check it out, guys. You go on Twitter, you ask us any question, hashtag AskWub. See it right there, and we're going to get into it at the end of the show. So it can be anything. Get in there, ask some questions. It's going to be a lot of fun. Che, Todd Bowles, Tampa Bay Bucks. Todd Bowles surviving Black Monday. I see a smile on your face that makes me believe that you're not happy.
Not happy. I don't know that he's fully survived. Like, the Glazers have always operated on a little bit of a different timeline where I wouldn't be surprised if he's canned today, tomorrow, next week, in like 2 weeks. I'm not putting a ton of stock in he was not fired yesterday. There are a lot of changes that need to be made. He had a press conference yesterday that said he thinks he's earned the right to stay based on winning 3 division titles.
Yeah.
Oh, so now you're on the
Well, yeah, they're one of the most dominant teams in the first 5 years of the 2020s. How could you fire a guy
They
like
were a Super Bowl favorite.
Nick,
that
back me up.
Jay, who's better?
They won 3 straight AFC South titles.
NFC South, yes.
NFC South, sorry.
Wait, you've been waxing poetic how important this is to win the division and be
injuries.
And that's what he does. They're one of the most dominant franchises.
The Rams, the Eagles, and the Bucs.
Yeah, maybe the Chiefs.
Maybe.
The team won, aside from Saturday, the team won 1 game since October 20th.
Were they competing for the NFC South in Week 18? The most important prize in all of sports, the NFC South title.
Technically, yes.
Okay.
But
they watched every game.
We were watching that game. Some of the coaching decisions were crazy. End of the first half, you have, I think it was like a minute 50 left, and you just run the ball. You play for a field goal.
Listen, you could do all the little, tiny nitpicking. Banners on the wall, brother. Banners on the wall. 3 straight NFC South titles for Todd Bowles.
I think the most disheartening part was listening to the players' exit interviews and press conferences with the media. It seems like they have quit on him. And it was pretty evident on the field, and I was surprised they won Saturday in a close game that who knows what happens if it's nice weather. They look bad. I think Todd Bowles deserves to go. They had mistake after mistake every week. Jamel Dean had a pretty damning thing to say about him yesterday, a starting quarterback. He was saying how the team feels like they're prepared week in, week out, and then they get to the game and live bullets are going, and then they feel underprepared. That's directly on the coach.
Okay, so this is kind of the question for everybody who wants to dive into the coaching search waters. Who's the guy? Because this is a year where it feels like there's not a ton of yes, I'd love to get this guy. Is it Stefanski? You going to bring him and Baker back together?
How many divisions has he won?
Yeah. Different thing. There is a guy out there that is on our payroll that I would love to see in the pewter and red again.
Coach Gruden.
John Gruden. His defensive coordinator, Raheem Morris, is now available.
How many division titles did he win?
2.
Oh!
No, 3.
Not as good.
Oh, okay.
In a row?
You have a coach who won 3 employed right now. Why would you go out from him?
And is he younger?
Yeah, probably.
He's got nothing.
Che,
He's got nothing. This is the problem.
No, you want Gruden hired so you can have more access?
Yeah, he wants access.
I have a lot of it. I have no issues with the access.
You don't have Todd Bowles' phone number.
I don't, but I'm what am I going to call Todd Bowles about?
I'm so
no, but
happy.
I'm saying you would call Gruden.
But if he saw you,
you're not called. Gruden's changing his number if he gets the head coaching number. He's not giving you the new one. This is so perfect, though, because for the last few years, Steven Cheah has claimed that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of the most dominant teams in the NFL in the last half decade. And it's such an absurd statement because they won a Super Bowl in the COVID year. And he always says, well, division champs. Not all division champs are created equal when you keep winning the worst division and don't get better year in and year out. And now we're sitting here. If division champs meant something, you would never in a million years want to fire a 3-time division champ winner.
That's
in
job
Todd
for
Bowles.
life.
Job for life. He's got a dynasty going right now.
They lost
He's
7 of the
3
last 9
It is a
games.
dynasty.
It's
The
a
Bucs dynasty.
3 out of 4 years, NFC South division champs.
They lost 7 of the last 9 games.
Okay.
Material
Down years
change.
happen in a dynasty. The Chiefs lost the Super Bowl last year. Are you going to fire Andy Reid?
Super Bowl.
The division championship is the most important thing in the world when it comes to deciding dominant teams. That's what you told me.
Well, it's the first step to the Super Bowl.
The playoffs
Yeah.
are a crapshoot. The division, that's your
If
control.
you
Earned
can
over
win that,
time.
I love that we're here. We got him. We finally got him.
They were a
For
good,
real, though,
they were a
you're
good
being
team the last
emotional.
2 years, not this year.
You're being emotional. I don't think you should fire Bowles. It's an injury-plagued year. They'll be fine.
But also, there's
the team-
nobody
the
to
team-
hire.
the
A
team quit
real
on it.
august franchise would recognize that we have to operate not on a single moment-to-moment basis.
Right, and you
Just
don't.
because of a first half.
It's been 9 weeks.
You don't jump ship just the first year you don't win your NFC South division.
Yeah, a little spoiled, honestly.
Yeah, it really is.
Lack of perspective.
Listen, next year he wins it, 4 out of 5 years, dynasty back on.
Here's what I'm worried about. They bring him back.
We've done way too much Todd Bowles.
They bring him back. Todd Bowles is actually notorious for having very good first 3 or 4 weeks. If they do not get off to that start, he gets canned, and then what? We're on interim coach in week 5, week 6.
Yeah, maybe have a little sexier candidate, though.
Yeah, if the
coming
guy
up.
isn't around right now.
In-house already? Under Bowles?
No, not under Bowles.
I just can't believe you want to fire a guy who's won 3 division champs in a row. It's crazy.
Great
man.
accomplishment.
He just
There's
wants
just
Baker.
no-
He wants Baker to have
the team-
another
the team
OC.
set up.
Baker
What's the-
cannot have the same OC 2 years in a row.
What's the
It's not
actual
allowed.
likelihood at this point?
I think he should get fired. He stinks.
Yeah, but like, what's the? It's already Black Monday's passed. Like, what's the likelihood?
No, the Glazers do. He's right. The Glazers do stuff weirdly, like atypical.
Yeah.
Like on not a. Oh, it's Black Monday. We got to fire a guy.
But any accountability on the player, like Emeka Egbuka, like everyone's saying he was Jamar Chase. He was. And he was on a milk carton. Like any accountability for some of these players here?
Yeah. They need to play better. I think it leads up to the coaching. Ibuka had a lot of opportunities to make plays. Did he have a lot of drops? Yes. He needs to certainly be better. He needs to, all of that kind of filters down from the top, and I think that starts with Bowles.
All right. A lot of Bowles talk, a lot of Bucks talk, but we're ignoring the elephant in the room, boys. The Bears. And we had a very interesting conversation about the Bears yesterday in which me and Dave were kind of, I don't know if we were disagreeing, but I think we were approaching the game from different standpoints.
Okay.
He was saying, well, obviously he's talking a lot of trash about Chicago, saying y'all don't have the heart for this, y'all don't want the Packers, y'all are scared of the Packers. And I get it, like, this is the game where in a season that's been so good, if you lose this, it really mars it kind of. But my perspective was, this is also, from a purely let's win the game standpoint, the best first round matchup. Like the Packers are the most flawed team. If you're talking about your other options either being the Rams or the Niners, like absolutely you want the Packers because they give you the best chance to win. They've lost 4 in a row. They're 9-7-1. Their best players hurt. And if you win, all that narrative that would break your heart, you would be burying them. You would be burying your arch rival in a season from God. Guys, get excited. I'm sensing trepidation.
No, it's like it. So Dave is right in the fact that the emotional swings of playing the Packers is way more volatile than if we played the San Francisco 49ers.
Yes, absolutely.
Dave's also going under the impression that things can't change in the NFL, and yes, they can. Like he's going under the Packers just own the Bears, and they'll always beat the Bears. This year has shown the Bears can compete with the Packers, but yeah, the emotion, we talked about it yesterday. The emotional swing of this game is quite severe, and I'm excited for it. I do think that the Bears have the best chance. Like if you said who do they have the best chance of beating in the first round, it definitely is the Packers. But a loss to the Packers would be devastating.
Is there a part of you that wishes like your emotions were protected by playing the 49ers? That's an easier loss to swallow.
Yeah, that's not how you want to approach it, right?
But I
just want to
gotta
win
protect
playoff
your
games.
heart, T-Bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to win a playoff game and the Packers are the most winnable, and you have the potential bonus of if
I don't know
you beat
the
them, you
Niners.
bury your rival.
Yeah, go ahead.
I also don't like pretending like the Packers are limp. Like, sure,
No.
they limped in the playoffs a little bit. They're still good. Like, yeah, they lost their best defensive player. They lost Tucker Kraft. They're down a lot of guys, but they're still a good team.
The Niners were just playing for the 1 seed, and the Rams feel like they're the most Super Bowl viable team out there.
The Niners are pretty. Their defense cannot.
Their
be
defense is
trusted
bad. Their defense is
whatsoever.
bad. That is true.
We played the Packers twice already, and it was a coin flip game both times. The Bears have not led against the Packers. It's kind of a crazy quirk that the last win the Bears have is against the Packers. The last win the Packers have is against the Bears. And now we're playing.
The last 4 Packers-Bears games have come down to the last play.
Yeah. So it's going to be torture. So it's not like a lack of excitement. I'm very excited for the game. It's just the actual watching of the game is a torture watch.
But it's also like these are the type of watches that remind you that you're alive.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What other form of entertainment is going to have you go through the highs and the lows, the roller coaster of emotions that this weekend holds for you?
Is it worth it though?
Yes.
Is the worst case scenario worth it?
What else gets your blood pumping like this, Nick? We just
I don't
go
want
through
that.
life. We go through life every day just meandering along one step closer to death, trying to find some sort of feeling anywhere that we can, and this will be the pinnacle of feeling. And again, the joy if you win is so extreme.
You're right.
We just felt it 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So take it from him. End them, Eddie.
I get it.
Don't be scared.
Listen, I get it. And we said it before. We'd be nervous regardless of who we were playing.
No doubt.
It's amplified because it's them.
This season to remember could become a season that you want to forget in one game.
Or one that you'll never forget.
Well, I mean, it's also
It's a gamble.
A season to remember. Yes, we'll remember it forever in terms of some of these comebacks, but you probably got to go to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl for it to be like a really lasting memory season. You know, even if if the Bears beat the Packers and then lose in the next round to the Eagles, it will be like, okay, that was a fun season, but yeah, they weren't even close.
Well, then you go into the future. Like, what if y'all become consistently good?
Well,
now?
no, this game has nothing to do. This game on Saturday night has nothing to do with how I feel about Ben Johnson, the direction of the Bears, Caleb Williams. Like, nothing can change on Saturday night, for my opinion, in terms of the long-term future.
But if this era ends in a Super Bowl, this could be a game that y'all look back on. Like, what was that Cubs series that y'all highlighted?
The Cardinals, regular season? Or
2015.
Cardinals
yes.
2015. This could be your
the
Cardinals
2015, yeah.
moment.
You're right.
The
It
Giants regular season game sweep.
The line flipped here. It was Packers 1.5. Now it's Bears 1.5. Any feeling on that?
No, I think these teams are both flawed in ways that are similar, and it's gonna be tight. Like, the Bears defense is bad, the Packers defense is bad.
Let's go.
But like, if you look at seasons individually, like the 18 Bears, T-Bob had like an all-time defense.
Yeah, they were really, really good.
Really good defense. All we remember is a double.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's how things work.
Yeah, it is. It's how you
That
win.
scarred you for
Those
years.
are-
Yeah.
I have loser mentality, I think. I don't like having expectations. It's dawned on me. I don't want that at all.
The older I've gotten, these are the games that you live for. These are the games.
Yeah, but you're not.
year-round
But you're not in it. If this was a similar situation where it was Saints versus.
Oh no, you can check my tape whether it's
versus
LSU
Falcons.
games, Saints games, the fear. Like, I know the bitterness, the pain, it freaking sucks. But again, it's the most alive you will feel outside of having a kid.
See, I just think it's a torture watch. Like, the first two. I mean, I
You guys love Ben Johnson, right?
Love him.
Imagine if he wins 2 more divisions in a row.
oh man.
Well, I mean, that's job for life.
Life.
Job for life. Yeah, no, these are torture watches because it's like every play feels so magnified. Every play you're like,
Yes.
oh, please don't have something bad happen. But I think we can beat the Packers. So that is where it has changed. And I'm going into this game being like, the Bears can play with the Packers. That is a guarantee. Like, they can play with them. They've beaten them once this year. They played 2 games that came down to the last play. And more than anything this season, other than like Ben Johnson is a dude, and I hope he coaches the Bears forever, is that we've talked about it, the trusting we have in Caleb Williams is off the charts. If we can be in this game in the fourth quarter, I trust Caleb Williams to do something special.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
Once more into the fray, into the last good fight I'll ever know. To live and die on this day. To live and die on this day. More playoff talk coming up next. happening, y'all? More playoff talk here on Wake Up Barstool. Let's get into some of these other games. Niners at Eagles. I want to do a real quick question for y'all when it comes to Eagles. Debate we had on the WUB team yesterday. The Eagles basically punted on the 2 seed. Said, look, we're going to value rest over maybe getting that second bye game at home. I actually agree with that decision. Because I think like the second game doesn't matter unless you win the first, and their strategy is kind of going all in, prepping for that first game. Do you think they made a mistake though in resting their starters and not potentially getting a 2 seed and trying to give them a little more home field ability?
I don't.
No, I don't either.
They won it all last year. They have all the guys. They know how to do it.
Thank you.
And not only that, I don't think they quote unquote punted on the 2 seed. I think they thought that Tanner McKee was good enough to beat the Commanders. He was not. And it's different if it was reversed and they had a win and get the 2 seed, not contingent on another team losing. I think they might have probably played some more of their starters. It's a little harder when you have to play your starters and hope something else happens. So I had no problem.
Okay, I actually completely agree. So we'll just move on. Now, in terms of the matchup itself, this is a wagon of a first-round matchup, right? I mean, these two teams, you would say, like, if we just look at teams capable of winning the Super Bowl, squaring up with one another, is this actually the best matchup of the weekend? I mean, maybe Bills, Jags?
I think these are 2 of my top 3 teams that can win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have the 49ers anywhere near a Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah. Eagles, yes. The Niners defense is so bad. You have to be able to, you can't have that big of a glaring hole going into the playoffs. And maybe Fred Warner comes back and helps them. But yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how they put it together. I don't know how they put it together for 4 games where they can have it, and they're going to have to do it on the road. Like, I don't know how they can do it.
They were kind of doing just enough, though, until that 3rd and 18 run. Like, the defense was not good, but it was kind of there.
Against a really good team.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they're
Seattle's
playing for a
defense is
home
out of
Super
control.
Bowl.
Yeah.
I apologize to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming.
I just don't, I don't put the Niners in that group of teams that can win the Super Bowl.
The craziest thing about what Seattle did Saturday is, like, yeah, Niners defense is bad, but the Niners offense had been playing, like, top 5 in the entire league, and McDonald just put him in a freaking torture chamber. But if you have a bad defense, is playing Philly's offense kind of the perfect remedy?
Possibly. It's a weird matchup because of that, because I think the Eagles' defense is very underrated, and I think they should be able to move the ball on offense against the Niners' defense. Yeah, it's an interesting matchup. I just don't. I think the Super Bowl is going to come out of Eagles, Rams, or Seahawks.
Okay.
Would you take NFC West or the field right now for the NFC?
West.
The West.
The West.
Well, I mean, that's half.
That is half the field.
The other field's the same size with worse teams.
Don't disrespect the Panthers like that.
Well, I'm just saying it's half of the field.
Okay, so speaking of Panthers-Rams, this is a weird one because the Panthers did the exact thing they're being asked to do within the month. They just beat the Rams in Charlotte, right? However, if there's one thing that have defined the Panthers this year, it's inconsistency. I don't see them being able to get it done again, not on this stage with these stakes.
No.
Or they could. They're going to lose by 20. 21 maybe.
So yeah, 21 is what you predicted. Yeah, I mean it is interesting that the Rams are so much better than the Panthers, but
if they didn't lose to them earlier in the year, I'd say like maybe weird things happen in the playoffs, but there's no chance.
Yeah, now they're going to be ready for it.
Yeah, they're already locked in. They got the game plan. All right, let's go then to the AFC side of the docket. Start with one that, imagine this, was talked about a lot yesterday. Chargers at Patriots. A lot of Patriot glazing taking place on the show yesterday, and I understand it. The Patriots have been very good. There still is that kind of question in the back of their minds, though. Are they schedule merchants? What will Drake Maye do when he gets punched in the mouth here? Chargers defense is very good.
Listen,
Justin Herbert's capable.
I know you play who's on your schedule, but did you see they had the worst schedule in 26 years?
Yeah. It's like outlier bad.
They beat as many teams with a winning record as the Raiders.
And the Giants.
And the Raiders beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That is.
Oh, yikes.
Like, it's hard to know what to think because of that.
Yeah, no, it's very difficult to know what to think. I think the Patriots might be like a year away team where there's 2 things that are going against them. One, Drake May's been phenomenal. He's in the MVP. I think it's a complete coin flip who gets MVP. they first run at it quarterbacks in the playoffs. It's not the best, and that's not like a knock. Like Caleb Williams is also first time in the playoffs, so that you have that going. And then I actually think this matchup is like halfway decent for the Chargers. The Patriots are better than the Chargers, but the Chargers have a good defense. The Patriots, if you want to say what's their weakness, they have a kind of average defense overall. They don't get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. That's the one weakness for the Chargers offense. They can't block anyone. So this should be a really good game.
I agree, and again, I'm a Herbert guy. I know some aren't. I'm not diving into analytics. I'm just talking about the toughness, his ability to make plays with a lot going wrong around him. Very intrigued for this. Real quick on Bills Jags. Jags are the better team, but Josh Allen. That kind of seems to be the inflection point there.
I don't know if the Jags are the better team. They're the
Oh, you don't think so?
Well, they're better overall in terms of they have a better defense.
They're a more complete team.
Yeah, the Jags are interesting to me because the Jags don't do anything elite unless you want to say what Trevor Lawrence has done the last 8 weeks has been elite, which he has been. Will that continue? But like, what do they do that's just elite? Josh Allen, that Bills offensive line and Josh Allen can be elite. So it's an interesting matchup, though.
I think the Jags have the weapons where the Bills don't. Like, that seems to be where the Bills are struggling most this year. I'm going to choose to believe in Jacksonville.
I'd like to.
I'd like to as well. Yeah.
So I just would like to.
All right, then
For Steven
finally,
Cheah's sake.
Yeah.
Texans and Steelers. This feels like it's got to be Texans. Maybe the offense being so inconsistent brings you pause. Cheah, you don't think this has got to be Texans?
Can I go back one minute?
Yeah. Sorry, go.
Josh Allen, if he does not win this game, does he start to get a reputation as can't win the big one?
He has to.
He's been great in like the games against Kansas City. He has been awesome.
Yeah, his playoff stats are
all his playoff stats have been incredible.
Yeah,
I know.
They're unbelievable.
But at the same time, they're not producing the wins that.
What more can he do, though?
No,
I'd like to change my.
I'm not saying he can. I'm asking, does that narrative start?
Yeah, they're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
He's the best quarterback in the playoffs.
The narrative starts, but I don't think it's fair in the fact that he has elevated his play every single playoffs.
Yeah.
Where the defense is bad.
It's going to happen. No Lamar, no Burrow, no Mahomes. Like, it's time.
Who's the quarterback with the most to lose? I think it's Herbert.
In these playoffs?
His last playoff performance was abysmal.
I know. He hasn't won a playoff game. He needs to win a playoff game.
I think it's Herbert.
I don't think Josh Allen can get bounced in the first round. It's so wide open. He's the best quarterback in the playoffs, I think, by a lot.
Yeah, but his team's not that good.
I understand.
Well, I don't know if you do, because you just said that it's only about Josh Allen.
Well, are you saying that you feel that way, or that will be the narrative?
I'm asking if that will be the narrative. I think Josh Allen is.
Of course it will be.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, of course. Especially if he plays poorly, then it definitely would be the narrative.
And if he plays poorly, then it might, maybe you could argue that it would be deserved despite all of his playoff history. All right, Texans, Steelers, though.
You just said that you think did you say you guarantee Texans? What did you say? It has to be the Texans?
Yes. The Texans. The Texans should win this.
Is it
game.
like contractually obligated to be the Texans?
Because their defense is maybe outside of the Seahawks defense the most special unit, and probably from a guy-to-guy standpoint. Like, because the Seahawks do a lot more at scheme. They have
Do you
guys.
trust C.J. Stroud?
No, that
Do you trust that offensive line?
That's the problem.
Do you trust them going against the voodoo of Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers on a Monday Night Football game?
That is
Aaron Rodgers.
That is the thing.
In the playoffs.
Nicky has never drawn breath on this earth and seen the Steelers lose a Monday Night Football.
I don't know how my body will react if it happens.
And
What if you
so
just die?
I could.
Yeah.
It's been since
I will.
1992.
I guarantee it.
How do you feel?
I do like seeing you get a little life here for the Steelers all of a sudden, though. Nick, let's go.
That game Sunday night was so much fun.
It was so much fun, and I'm excited for maybe the first time all year.
Okay.
There's a lot to lose for Mike Tomlin in this game.
Yeah.
It's been a decade since a playoff win.
Yeah.
So I think this is the team you'd want to see other than the Panthers in the playoffs.
Which is weird, though, because are we talking out of both sides of our mouth? Because haven't we also spent a lot of weeks here being like, this is maybe the sneaky Super Bowl team in the Texans?
No, I mean, their offense is not good. Their red zone offense is not good. Their offensive line is not good. They have had moments where they have looked, that start to the Chargers game where they're throwing it deep to their wide receivers who have come on a little bit outside of Nico Collins, who's elite. You have to have... Like, this is the type of game that, in weirdly, as good as the Texans' defense is, it is a nice matchup for the Steelers because you can win this game with 17 points.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, like 16-13,
Right.
Yeah, but
17-15.
This is a game if you take the Steelers and you're watching after seeing what happened last week when they couldn't get a damn play in, like you're gonna pull your hair out if you're on the Steelers.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Steelers fans are losing it on Facebook, by the way. They were happy Boswell missed the extra point because they knew we'd give up the touchdown. So they'd rather them go down and try to kick it. It's been great.
Like that offense versus the Texans defense is going to be.
DK Metcalf coming back. That's going to be
That's
nice.
huge.
God, Aaron Rodgers, that's an old man to be going against Will Anderson and
The Rodgers
Hunter and Derek Stingley.
The Rodgers to Thielen pass was the second oldest combined age pass in the NFL.
Oh, that's fantastic.
This year?
Ever.
What was the oldest?
It was Rich Gannon to Jerry Rice.
Oh, bro, remember when Jerry had the cornrows that started like halfway up his
back to
head?
skullet cornrows.
Che?
The Steelers are 1-4 against playoff teams this year, but Aaron Rodgers hasn't thrown an interception since November 9th.
Yeah, wait, haven't the Texans won, is 9 in a row now, too, at this point? Dan, at what point do you start exploring overseas elective surgery options?
Not for a couple rounds. I really don't think their offense is good enough. I'm going to stay confident.
Are you rooting for Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, yeah, I have to. Yeah, I'm going to root for anyone who plays the Texans at this point.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Dan has to cut the tip of his pinky off if the Texans win the Super Bowl.
It makes me a little nervous the AFC is so wide open. I wish that the Texans had to play in the NFC playoffs. That would make me feel a lot better.
What's the closest the pinky bet's ever been?
The Rams last year got to the divisional round. The Texans in 2018. The Texans in 2018 got to the divisional round.
Okay, so you've been here before.
I've been to the divisional round twice.
Okay. Speaking of been here before, Steven Cheah, there may not be a bigger winner in all of Barstool Sports. He consistently wins. He's got a hot new series on the internet now, Somali Cheah. Check it out. It's going to help all of you wine
It's wine.
neophytes.
It's wine based.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. It's not a pirate thing. Though that could be a good spinoff.
Topically, no.
Yeah, you can't. SEO would be screwed.
I don't know if T-Bob reads the news.
I was thinking about him like raiding shipping containers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you read the news?
No.
Okay.
No.
Got it.
I just talk about college football playoffs all day. Anyway, Che, congrats.
Thank you.
9K parlay win. Look at our
Yes.
guy, dude. Oh
know.
my God. How did it
Incredible hit.
feel? I'm so jealous. I see all of these wins. I can't get a bet right to save my life right now. How'd it feel, dude?
I got very lucky. I mean, all the touchdowns were long shots. It was week 18, and there was a lot of craziness happening. But Tyler Shuck started off, and then so shout out to Minty for tipping me off on Tyler Shuck rushing touchdown could be a possibility. And then Blutman was saying how Riley Leonard should rush one in. He was 5-1, and then Connor Hayward got kind of lucky. He runs a tush push, so things worked out.
That was sneakily one of my favorite moments of the NFL season, and they've been doing it. But it's oh, look at this right here. That's a
nice
great
moment.
feeling, dude. But it's Cam Hayward pushing his little brother Connor Hayward into the end zone in like a gotta have it NFL game. How many human beings, like somewhere up there, Ironhead smiling in heaven, dude? That's awesome. That's just a great all-time family moment.
This was a near disaster too, because we basically needed him to get down to the 1 yard line for him to even play.
Yeah.
And they got down to the 1 yard line at the end of the first half, and it didn't happen. So things looked bleak after that, but lucky we got things turned around.
Look at Che, fist pumping and everything. Yeah, Che wanted to kill me because I said on first down they should kick a field goal.
You got legitimately mad.
He got very
Why would
upset.
they do that, Dan?
Yeah, dude, I'm joking. Don't worry.
All right, guys, that is hour one. A lot of great NFL talk coming up. We got Jay Glazer in hour number 2. We got Supreme Debate. Still going to get to the college football playoffs as well. So a ton. Remember, Ask Wub. You go on Twitter, hashtag AskWub. You can ask us anything. We'll get to it at the end of the show. It's going to be more Wake Up Barstool here live from the Chicago HQ of Barstool Sports. This is FS1. Hour 2 of Wake Up Barstool starts now, and it's time to engage in some Supreme Debate where we have the conversations the Sports Morning Show is willing to have. Who wants to start today? Eddie, I always like yours. Take us away here.
Does it make me like some form of a sadist if I wanted to see a Hard Knocks Pete Carroll firing seen?
Is this the question?
Yeah.
No, I want to see it bad.
Okay, all right, because I got to that point. We covered it in the second segment, and I figured you'd be on my side because we said, like, oh, they're still making millions of dollars, and I think he's on the hook for $40 million more. But we've seen players get cut. Why can't we see the inside of a firing?
Yeah.
I bet you it was boring. I bet you he handled it pretty well. He's old. He's tired.
But what if he didn't? What if he like actually kicked and screamed and like took off his pants and like?
See, yeah, for sure. But do you think?
I think honestly he might not even know he's fired yet.
Yeah.
They might have just been like, why don't you go home for a
He
little?
showed up today with the key card.
Yeah.
I just think that Mark Davis, to honor his father, should have kept the same energy that Al Davis had for the Lane Kiffin firing. Similarly disastrous. Remember, he launched into an hour-long PowerPoint about like, this guy's a con man, he's a liar, he's full of it. Carroll just kind of got off the hook here. And it doesn't even affect his legacy, because I feel like nobody will remember.
That's what I was going to say. I actually can't be talking about this, because PFT and I made a deal on Pardon My Take that we said that if Pete Carroll and Geno Smith just whether get fired or quit, whatever happens, they have to be done after this year. We got to be done with this. We will agree to consciously forget that this ever happened.
Yeah, that's fair. That's scary.
In 5 years, if you ask me who coached the Raiders in 2025, I'm like, I have no idea.
That's magnanimous.
Yeah,
because it really is like that much of a blip.
Yeah, like we've seen everything from a Hard Knocks perspective. Like this is the one thing that I want more of. I want to see
I agree.
what that's like at the end of the season. And I think it should be a rule, too, how they do no rookie head coaches. Like, I don't want to see Jonathan Gannon. Like, that was probably a little sad.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's probably...
No, actually, no. No. What? No.
because...
You got to stop with this.
No, if it's your first opportunity, like, that's everything to you. You've
But
worked so hard to get there.
they all fail at their like the majority of these guys are going to fail at their first opportunity. They got to that point. That's pretty insane. And again, I would
Jonathan Gannon get another job?
Explosives.
Yeah,
somewhere in the NFL. That's the thing.
Sure, but not a head job.
Oh,
Yeah, but then eventually his name will be floated around again. It's just incestuous.
I
You
guess
got a
Nagy
long
might get
road.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
You got
right.
a long road.
What
till you
percentage
get
of
back
NFL head coaches get fired? 99.5.
Right.
So you know it's coming. Yeah,
And I think the fact that they all, if you are good enough to get a head coaching job in the NFL, you are good enough to have a coordinator job for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So that's where I don't really feel as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll ask Jay Glazer point blank if he does the fake. I feel bad for these guys.
Yeah.
All right, Nikki, what do we got?
Yeah, I think I figured it out. I think kickers only exist to be safe as an NFL fan. They are the one player you can hate and talk a lot of crap on online, and they can't kill you with one punch.
Yeah, I mean, underrated highlight from the weekend. Did you see Blake Grupe trying to make a tackle?
Yeah. It's tough. it's the one player. Everybody's always like, what are they doing? This doesn't belong in football. We could eliminate the kicker position. You do it in fantasy football already, but it's a scapegoat.
Yeah.
And it's somebody you can relentlessly mock without fear of brutality.
Yeah, no, if your team is going to lose in the NFL, you want it to either be via kicker or via coach screwing up a timeout situation, because those are the two things that you can understand as a human being and also complain about.
Like
when
Like a righteous anger?
Yeah, well, not even righteous. It's just like when you lose because you know the majority of NFL fans, I put myself in this category. We don't know what's happening schematically. We don't know what everyone's assignment is.
Yeah.
So. And Cheah doesn't know either because he never studied
Well, he is that
quarterback.
guy, though. He is that guy.
Quarterback. So you can't, like, if you lose a game, you can't be like, well, you know, we were in too much zone and this and that. If you screw up like a fourth down call or when to use a timeout, we all played Madden. We could say, hey, I would have done that.
Now there are exceptions, like Sebastian Janikowski. He would break your glasses.
Yes, he would. Those are some kickers that you don't mess with, but it's
Joey
very,
Sly.
very few. Joey Sly.
Oh,
he was kind of jacked, right?
Yeah.
Jay Feely used to be pretty strong.
And then if you get
That shouldn't be allowed either.
if you get beat up by a kicker, that's a problem.
Oh no, a kicker would still beat me up, but he wouldn't kill me instantly.
I think you
That's
could
true.
take Blake Grupe. Blake Grupe's got to be the least physically imposing player in NFL history. Cheah, do you have any cognitive dissonance now that Kyle Long has called you out for Somali Cheah? Saying that he has studied, and here you are, like the same way that you are lambasting guys who have a mic that didn't go to school. Mm-hmm. Do you feel bad that you're now doing the same thing for the wine scene? do you need to be taking a wine course before involving yourself in Somali Che?
No, we're just diving in, documenting the journey. That's what it's all about. So.
Okay.
Did you just ask him if he has any self-awareness?
Yeah, I wanted to know if he extended any
was that
grace
question?
to his opponents in the
No.
same way.
They can't think of things that he's not looking at.
Yeah.
I forget no internal monologue. Yeah, I forgot.
Monologue.
I forgot. All right, supreme debate. Does Lane Kiffin want Ole Miss to lose? And the deal is obviously, right, because he left this team to win a championship. Here they sit on the cusp of a championship. But because of that contract quirk with LSU, he made $250K for them beating Tulane, paid on LSU's dime, $500K for the last round. If they win this week, he'll get another $750, and if they win the Natty, he gets $1 million bonus.
Supreme debate. Does T-Bob, LSU fan, want Ole Miss to lose? Because that's what I think this question is.
No, I hate Ole Miss. I hate Ole Miss.
I understand,
so,
but
so
you
bad.
also got to be
This
a
is like
little
the
nervous.
Packers.
But it's a double, because you
no,
guys
it's
had
terrible.
one up on Ole Miss
Yes.
by stealing Lane from them.
Yes.
If Ole Miss can somehow win this,
Oh, it's disastrous.
I think Lane Kiffin already is on a hot seat.
Lane's
I
already,
agree. He has to win it all this upcoming
Yes.
year. He has to.
He's already
instant hot seat.
He's already the bad guy because it's so easy to look at what he did if you don't care about sports and be like, that's messed up. We thought we were getting Quan Lacey, the running back. They're keeping him. Trinidad Chambliss says if he gets another year, he's going back to Ole Miss. Yeah, this is. But I want Ole Miss to lose every game ever.
Yeah.
So that would be disastrous.
You're not an SEC rah-rah guy?
No.
Not like Brandon.
No.
I don't think he cares.
I have pounded the table too that this idea that the SEC is so far ahead and above is insane, and that everybody's closer than we think. That's why we need to play football and not just subjectively say who's best.
You think he doesn't care?
I don't think Lane cares.
Oh, he does.
I think Lane has been so masterful molding the narrative to whatever happens. I think he's fine.
I think he cares now. I don't know.
He has so much money that he doesn't care about the bonus.
The money doesn't matter.
Okay.
The money's relevant. The Tulane game, he was rooting for Ole Miss. He's rooting for his guys. He wants them to win, have the success. I think once the Georgia game happened,
he didn't want him to be
he's like, uh-oh, they're doing pretty well without me. I mean, we're all human beings here. If you leave something and it gets better,
to break.
that's devastating.
Yeah, I think deep down he cares, but I'm just saying how he's been like so good, just like slanting it his way on Twitter. He'll be fine.
I think he'll be rooting for Miami, though.
Is the narrative, did he ever say he left to go to LSU because he can win a national championship there? That's not something he's ever said.
No, that's just what people say.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm trying to remember the exact nature of his press conference. I'm sure he kind of intimated that, I don't know if he came out flatly and said it. He really left LSU too, or left Ole Miss, I guess, because he does have some sense of wanderlust, and they just gave him everything.
Mm-hmm.
The governor said, we'll pay you all the money. You can run the entire sport. We have all the NIL behind you. You won't have to fundraise. They just really tried to make it as cushy as possible.
If I'm Lane, I'm taking the coordinators back now.
That's
the other thing.
That's a lot of local debate. Should he make Weiss come back in-house right now?
From an actual just logistics standpoint, he cares because he is behind the 8 ball now. His guys are not there working for him.
He wasn't expecting him to be gone this
No, I think his whole they should coach for as long as Ole Miss plays in the playoffs was totally thinking, well, they're not going to play for very long.
Yeah.
Now, Big Cat, who are you rooting for? Because if Ole Miss wins, Mincy's out of the office longer.
Yeah, I think I'm rooting for Ole Miss.
You're a diehard at
Yeah, I want Ole Miss to win it all.
As good as Miami is, too, that's about as beatable of a semifinal matchup
It
for
is.
Ole Miss.
But
Jay.
Lane would get a ring, too, if they won, technically, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That would be funny.
That's not. That's your spin zone?
Well, I'm just saying, that would be cool. You could be you never won a national championship.
Well, he has won. If you're talking about being on staff, he's won multiple.
Well, yeah.
Right?
But I mean, he was the head
Won
guy
USC,
for.
Yeah, he's probably- yeah, he's got
Alabama.
rings.
He was the head guy
Considered
for a
national
majority of the
championship
season.
winning head coach, though?
No, you can't be.
Right.
Now, was he, when he won at Alabama, though, was that the year when he left and so he didn't coach in the Natty? That would be kind of funny if he had 2 national championships.
Yeah.
where He didn't actually
Yeah.
finish out the job either time. Chase, Spring Bay.
A lot of heat is obviously on Tyler Loop, on Chris Boswell, but there's one guy who really dropped the ball on Sunday. It was Lawrence Garrett, Myles Garrett's dad. Brought the biggest camera you'll ever see into the stadium.
God.
They show him on TV. He's snapping pics. And then when his son gets the record, where is the camera? Nowhere to be found. Why did he bring this thing in? They got Getty, they got Shutterstock, they got all the top camera guys in the world. This guy's sitting in the 100s. Looked like they bought up a couple seats around him, trying to get a perfect view of this photo, and he never takes it.
How do you know he didn't get the picture of the?
They showed him immediately after. He has nothing. He has no camera in his hand.
Okay.
Which, credit to him, living in the moment. But don't bring the camera if you're not going to do it.
Does he have like a photography passion? I feel like you don't stumble into that.
It's my life's mission now to get Myles Garrett on PMT and have Che, because Che said he would do it. He said he'd call Myles Garrett's dad a loser to Myles Garrett's face.
Good God, that's scary. That is.
I want it so bad. I want it so bad.
Why'd you bring the camera in? Look at
we need to get Myles Garrett in
appreciate
person on PMT.
As a dad, I appreciate him living in the moment and doing all this stuff. But why are you bringing in a giant camera if you're not? And they made a big deal about it. Oh, look at him, he's being great. He's going to capture the moment. He didn't capture.
He has pictures of the day of.
He didn't capture anything.
Are the real losers here?
Che, yes.
Well, Zach Taylor and Jamar Chase and everybody for bitching about stopping the game afterwards. Did you hear that?
I saw that.
Taylor's like, our life is on the line out there. And there's Bengals, be quiet.
Just go home.
I understand, but you're not going to get any empathy. The Myles Garrett sack record matters way more than the result of that game.
Did they give him an 8.5 by 11 computer paper like they did Drew Brees?
Oh, yeah.
If only.
Oh, such a great moment. All right. Better times. When we get back, we got Rico Bosco. There he is, guys. Talking college hoops. More next here on WUB. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Every single Tuesday, our guy, Rico Bosco, lets you know what's going on in the world of college basketball. Rico, what's happening, man? How you doing today?
What's going on? Good. Happy to be back.
Great. Voice sounds excellent. Rico.
Off of the course around this time of year, but it's how it goes.
What have you been yelling at?
I don't know. The TVs, the house. I don't know. It's a lot,
Okay.
What's wrong with the house?
Just up the stairs, like you're down in the basement. It's like, hey, can you bring the laundry? It's like, what? And then, it's just kind of
how it goes. Oh, my God.
That makes sense.
Hey, Rico, I got a question for you, college basketball related. Is it good or bad for your national championship pick to have to go to overtime to beat Seattle University?
Conference play is very difficult.
It's a difficult conference out there?
It's difficult. Listen, that was a tough one. I think Gonzaga still has the goods. I think they're going to get to 25, 26 wins. They're going to be in the second weekend at 45 and 15. I like my chances. We'll see where they're at.
Okay.
Rico,
thanks. That was good.
They will be alive in the second weekend. That's what you want with a 45-1 future.
Rico, I had my first realization that football is really closing in on being done yesterday with no Monday Night Football. So what should I watch tonight? What is the marquee game that I need to be paying attention to? And who's in it?
Tomorrow.
No, he said tonight.
I actually am. Yeah, we got so many coaches ejections. I'm actually off the grid in terms of tonight. Eddie called me for a loop. I'll catch you. Georgia, Florida, Louisville, Duke. Now, Louisville saying Mikal Brown probably not going to go, but Louisville, like a pick'em still against Duke. Duke has not looked good in the last ones. So you caught me off guard there, Eddie, but Duke, Louisville in terms of the big one.
Thank you.
Now, you're talking about Florida defending champs. They're now 9-5. Panic in Florida. What's your read on the Gators?
Yeah, I saw them. They just can't shoot. I love Boogie Fland. Came from an unbelievable program. They got the kid Lee from Princeton. The two of them are shooting horrific. Now, they gave UConn everything they could handle at the Garden, which is basically UConn's home court south. So things can still turn around, but lost to Mizzou the other night. We'll see. I think Florida's going to be on the bubble, which is not what they expected. Todd Golden's still unbelievable, but not great in Florida right now. I'm sure Nicky Smokes is heartbroken.
Yeah, he's struggling. He's been moping around the office, actually. Rico, you mentioned the ejections. What's the story on the ejections here? And have you ever been ejected from any basketball game that you've ever been involved in?
I think I got one. I've definitely got texts. I got ejected from one summer league game.
Wow.
Just one, which is, I'm sure hard to believe from people. So, all right. So last night, the the best one of the week. You had Shrewsbury, obviously. You got two MAC coaches going at each other. But Paul Davis from Michigan State, who obviously played at Michigan State, I'll be honest, I don't remember him playing too much.
I do. I hated him.
I know you hated him.
guts.
That's why I alluded to it. I know you hated him. He like slipped the cracks for me. Michigan State had a million guys, but he says something apparently awful to the refs. Izzo finds out it's him and is super, super upset with him. He's like, "What are you doing?" May have thrown a curse word in there and sets it up. They go tell him in the post game. Izzo said he did something awful here. You could read Izzo's lips. "What are you doing?" Maybe with an F-bomb in between. I equated this to when you're like a college freshman and you go back to your high school, you know, and you're kind of screwing around the hallways and you still get in trouble with the teachers or one of the discipline guys is like, hey, you know, and then you realize real quick, hey, I don't get to do exactly what I want here. Izzo still runs these guys' lives and instills fear 15, 20 years later whenever Paul Davis was playing. So now Paul Davis has to call Izzo and apologize. Yeah, it was an unbelievable scene. Just unbelievable. So
I went to a
that's how Izzo runs it. And like, listen,
Paul Davis?
Yeah.
How was he?
Hated him.
Pretty nice guy. Yeah, meet Jack McCarthy.
I think he's a big Barstool guy. He's a huge Barstool guy. From what I'm
Rico,
told.
do you have any idea what he said?
I'm told it's really, really bad from what Izzo said in the postgame.
So you weren't told. From what Izzo said in the post.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I'm told. That's what I read. I was told that. Via
The way you said, I'm told.
It was told from Izzo via the TV.
Were you a college freshman going back and hanging out in the hallways of your high school?
Like during class?
No. I equate. Listen,
That's
you stop
weird,
by.
dude.
It's
That's
weird
weird.
behavior, dude.
Also a little
Here
illegal. A
comes
little
Danny.
illegal.
Here comes Danny with the pile on the pile. Thanksgiving Eve, you stop in and say hello, and you're screwing around a little bit for one day. Nobody ever did that? Got it. All right, Dan, you got it.
I'm just joking, Rico. I'm joking. We're having a good time. We're having a chop. It wasn't.
You're having a good time. I'm not.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, what do you want me to say?
I'm just saying you're a pile-on. It's a pile-on comment.
That wasn't a pile-on comment. I
live
think
in a-
I actually might have started. Well, no, Nick started the pile.
I didn't start the
No,
pile.
I started.
No,
the
T-Bob
I
started the pile.
That's
Okay.
on me, Rico. You've been very good to me. I shouldn't be starting a pile.
It was a great clip with Izzo because it was Izzo's dream. I think he actually, like, you know when you see a dog dreaming and they're running in their sleep? Izzo, when he dreams, he gets to yell at multiple generations of players.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, I get to yell at my guys on the bench and a guy I coached 20 years ago? This is awesome.
Rico.
And he's the last like old school guy like this. We've watched Krzyzewski leave. You look at the old timers now, still like Calipari is still like
Rick Pitino's still around.
yeah, but
He's doing a great job. Preseason top 25.
I'm saying Izzo's one of the last of this guard.
Yes,
where like he's also beloved. Izzo's, I don't know anybody that dislikes Izzo. Anybody.
Yeah, which is crazy that you don't dislike him because you dislike like the craziest people. So yeah, that is true.
Rico, what did you get ejected for?
So
Going
we were up
going back to high school when he was 25.
No, summer school. Summer league. We were up like 25 in a game, 15. We were comfortably up like 15-20 in a summer league game. It gets to about 10 or 12. We don't say anything to the refs. My buddy goes across the lane, gets absolutely hacked. They go down the other way. Now it's going to be 8 with like a minute and a half. The ref has like a smirk on his face when we turn to go the other way. So I chew him alive. I'm like, buddy, you're getting paid to do the full 40 minutes. Earn the 40 minutes. He immediately texts me. Then he smirks again when I was sitting on the bench. So I threw my shoe across the court.
You threw your shoe at him?
Like I threw my shoe in the direction. Like we were done for the game. I was done. So I'm taking off my shoes. I throw it on the court because he's still smirking. And it's like, all right, you're ejected.
George Bush got a shoe thrown at him, right?
Yeah, that's the only other
Wait,
shoe
who was
throw that I
George
can
Bush's
remember.
enemy?
Who threw? Maybe
I don't know.
a rock.
Wait, so you were throwing stuff at? You've been throwing stuff at people for a long time.
I threw it in the direction. I was taking off my shoe and was just like.
Did you hit him with the shoe?
What?
Did you hit him with the shoe?
No, he was all the way at the baseline.
don't treat him like a child. He hates that.
Yeah.
Gave you a big T.
Rico, what about speaking of kind of tantrums? I got to be honest. I tweeted about this, and I didn't see the Shrewsbury clip, right? where he's going crazy. He's attacking the ref after the game. I tweeted like, this is wild that you're going to demand your players have poise and you do this. However, a lot of people say, well, it was justified. What's your read on Shrewsbury here?
Yeah, so listen, what he did is inexcusable, obviously, to go after the ref, but you're that enraged and your life depends on winning games or not. They fouled him twice, up 3, which is the right move. You always foul up 3. They don't call it. And then crazy enough, now there is a new continuation rule. So like if you get hit and you go up, there's that, which gets hairy. But they call the foul, take it off the board, and then put it back on, which you lose all credibility as a ref. You got to stick with where you're at. Now, this guy, Bray, also said it wouldn't have counted. Mike Bray, I know he's a Notre Dame guy. I love him. But he said it wouldn't have counted in here or the NBA. Adam Flory is the ref, okay? Weird spot. He did back-to-back Cal home games. He also was the guy who had a controversial call against Syracuse back in December, a no call. He's 126th. In terms of rated official. He just cracked into the ACC. He makes his living on women's games, which they allow him to do both, which not a lot of guys do. And he's relatively new in the ACC. He did 5 games last year. These are his first 2, or this is one of his first 2. I can't see this guy sticking around the ACC for a while. Now, the ACC also gave no suspension to Shrewsbury, which people are kind of upset about. But I think that's the ACC basically being like, hey, they screwed up the call. You screwed up. Let's call it a wash and move on.
Okay. Did you say this ref does guys and girls?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I did my digging. Yes.
Yeah.
Bye, ref.
Speaking of the women's game, Rico, tonight, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, Big Ten Network, we got USC 21st ranked going against Oregon. I know, Lindsey Gottlieb, the coach of USC, no Juju Watkins, but we got Jazzy Davidson, we got Kennedy Smith. Who do you like tonight in the big game?
I think the Oregon men are doing so bad, I'm going to take the Oregon women to pull the upset.
The upset, wow, all right.
Rico, should I be concerned? LSU under Coach Mulkey, they've been great, starting 0-2 in conference play though. Thus far.
I don't know if bringing Lane Kiffin out. I know you guys love him down there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was weird. Like,
What, Coach Mulkey and Lane Kiffin coming out hand in hand? Yeah, dude.
Weird.
I'll take a bullet for Coach Mulkey. I love you, Coach, always and forever.
Rico, how'd you do in bowl season?
I think like 50-50. I hit the big ones, did okay. But I tried to make a run at the Pat Hill, couldn't get it done.
Okay.
Rico, mid-major minute, what we got?
Mid-major minute is Utah State. 12-1. They lost to South Florida, which we've talked about. Good wins against VCU, Illinois State. Shout out Eddie's boy. Colorado State as well. MJ Collins, 20 points a game. Mason Folzev has been there for a while. He's got tournament experience. This team turns you over like a chiropractor. 7th best in the country in terms of turnover rate. They're going to smash Air Force tonight, minus 21.5. I think this team could be second weekend. The Mountain West gets a bad rap. It's a good league. You obviously had San Diego State get to a final a couple years ago. I think Utah State is second weekend good.
Do they have a generous equipment department?
They do. They do.
Okay, last one.
Very interesting. You're wearing a Utah State gear with their probably most famous alum, Jordan Love, having a big game against our Chicago guys here. Interesting.
Absolutely zero tie-in. That's a stretch. You're a chiropractor stretching like that.
Rico Bosco.
I mean, you did a tie-in with Coach Izzo and you weirdly going back to high school as like a 40-year-old.
It was just Thanksgiving. Rico, you're the man. Thank you so much, brother. Every single week, Rico Bosco talking hoop.
I'm pro teacher, okay? Thanksgiving Eve, you're thankful for your teachers.
Just go mess around in the hall.
You say hello.
Get in trouble.
You say hello. You get something from the vending machine, you're out.
Pay the teachers. Next,
Pay the teachers.
Fox Sports football insider Jay Glazer coming up. Can't wait.
Yeah, trust me.
Congratulations to Caleb Williams becoming the Bears' all-time leading passer. Hey, and you know what? Shout out our girl Kayla Abercrombie. She does all of our signs. Just incredible. What's the word? Is it not penmanship? Is it penmanship?
Yeah, that would be the word,
Yeah, like
Bob.
handwriting? Yeah, like
No, okay.
Calligraphy.
That's a little rude. I think there's a more fancy. I think there's a more fancy way of saying.
Being able to write would be the word?
Okay. This just feels.
This is an attack.
Is this because I tried to pump y'all up about the
pile-on.
Packers
It's
game?
a pile-on.
Is this because I tried to pump y'all up?
pile-on.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm still reeling.
This is a pile-on similar to when we said that Rico goes back to high schools.
I finally go back.
That was
in the
messed
cave.
up that you said that was weird.
I finally go back in the cave for the first time in months. I accidentally flash my undercarriage to millions of people.
Dude, that's
Eddie's
the last
bringing it up on
body
the
part
yak.
I'd ever want to slip out.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's the only thing about it is it's so undeniable that I can't even fight against it. You know, it's like it is what it is. I just have to ride this.
It was
brown
it was
wave.
an abyss. It
kept going.
It got
Yeah.
deep fast. It was like a diving pool.
Yeah,
Looked like my belly button.
zoom
Yeah.
in and
Yeah.
it
It
just.
just
Could
Could have been worse, though.
have been worse.
Never ending.
Very true. When I felt skin to skin, top 5 terrifying moment of my entire life.
So you're just not an underwear guy?
No, I had underwear. It also
you
had a
did.
The
hole in it.
holes alive.
Yeah, the holes aligned perfectly.
That's the.
I knew I had a hole in my pants. I did not know about the underwear hole, but my wife the other night went through my closet and made me throw away all my underwear with holes in it. So we're on the up and up, boys.
There you go.
We're moving on up.
Good.
So there'll be a lot of cave action going down this weekend. Make sure you pay attention to all the streams there.
Cave is in the gambling cave, not what we're showing.
Yes.
Yeah.
How far can you get in your belly button? I can get to this
so
middle
deep.
knuckle, dude.
Yeah, I can put like probably about 10 dimes in there.
When I was a kid, I fell and got my bike handlebars stuck in it, and an ambulance had to take it out, and it was deep for a long time, real deep.
Wait, is that a real story? Okay.
Yeah.
Jay Glazer's like, what is going on?
I want to
What's going on, man?
I really want to explore this. Jay Glazer, Fox Sports legendary NFL insider. Jay, what's up?
This is the worst OnlyFans show ever.
Jay, what's up, baby? How we doing today? Thank you so much for waking up with us, man.
I'm living a dream now. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Look,
Besides talking about what kind of crap you could put in your belly button.
10 times?
Yeah, 10 times. Jay, I got a question for you to start this whole thing. It's a very important question. Do you do the whole fake, Black Monday is really the toughest day for me as a reporter, and I feel really bad for those guys? Or you just
Man, it's the NFL, dude.
there you go.
thank you, Jay.
I knew you did that. Yeah. Listen, these guys get hired, they know they're gonna get fired someday.
Yeah, it's part of the league, man. You know how it is. You know, it's funny because my wife, we've been married for a year and a half, so she's feeling it. So, she knows Raheem Morris really well. The other day he gets fired, and she feels so bad. He actually FaceTimes, and he's like, "So, got fired today?" And
Yeah.
my wife was like, "Oh my God!" I said, "See, babe, we're okay. They know how it works. It's all right."
They're gonna fall. They're gonna be back. All these guys find jobs pretty quickly. All right. So Jay, in terms of the firings that have happened, are we done, or do we feel like there are a couple left? And what would be out there?
There's always a couple depending on playoffs, and also there's usually like a surprise here and there. You never know. But I wouldn't say we're done, especially playoffs. Owners get real emotional, right, when that happens. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happened there. And then also there's like dominoes still. What if what if a guy like John Harbaugh doesn't come back with the Ravens? They decide, hey, it's time to go. He becomes attractive, and somebody says, oh, okay, well, you know what? We could have him over our coach. There's a couple. Look, I think the craziest one that even I had on my list the other day was Matt LaFleur, but they've been very open about it. Like he and Goody, the GM, are either going to get an extension or they're not going to come back, but they're not going to go into next year as a lame duck coach. And that one to me is, ridiculous that he's even on there. But he's had to talk about his job status a lot this year. There's there's a couple more dominoes, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jay, do you want to take this?
But I'll say this too, gang. And I said the other day, I had the big board on Fox. It was 15 names. And I never remember so many question marks. Usually it's about 8. And not this much. I mean, even look, there's people talking about in Buffalo if they're one and done. I just don't remember a year like this where there's so many question marks. And not a ton of assistance where there's not like a Ben Johnson where okay, we want to make a move, right?
Right.
Jay, is one of those openings potentially Tampa? I know that reports have come out saying that Todd Bowles, who signed an extension before the season that kicks in now essentially, is safe. Is that gospel? Is he totally safe?
I don't know if he's totally safe. The Glazers are kind of different. Not this Glazers, those Glazers. Well, no, this one's definitely different. but it's like, a bunch of brothers, they all kind of get together and they make a decision, and it's like on their timeline. And I say this, they decided about Bruce Arians at the owners meeting on like March 25th, a couple years ago, right? They decided one day, hey, we're going to get rid of John Gruden, elevate Raheem Morris, who's the youngest head coach of all time at that point. They just do things differently on their timeline. He might be safe, but they also may say, maybe it's time to make a change. The fact that these players keep coming out, there's a player came out today also, it said, well, our practices aren't physical enough. We got to practice more. And another player the other day said, hey, there's no rhyme to reason of what we do. That certainly isn't great, but I do know the Glazers love him. They do. They love Todd Bowles, but they just make business decisions different than everybody else. Yeah.
You did just mention him. Is John Gruden potentially named to watch for in this NFL head?
I heard that at one point this week, and I'm like, it wouldn't be. Look, nothing surprised me with the Glazers.
Jay, what about, so we went through all the open jobs earlier. What's kind of the NFL viewpoints in coaching circles, candidate circles, about maybe what the best job would be?
Well, it depends, because it's funny. I talked to, look, Tennessee is actually a good job, believe it or not.
Wow.
Because you got a quarterback there. Okay. Nashville's a phenomenal place to go move to. No state tax right down in Tennessee. The GM, Mike Borgonzi, people love him in the NFL. The owner, Emmy Strunk, doesn't want to medal anymore, or doesn't want to be, or she even did. She doesn't really want to be one of those owners. And I say medal, the Browns owner medals. He helps make draft picks. My Panthers owner medals. Woody Johnson medals.
Yep.
Right? And by the way, that's the hardest thing. These owners who come in, I always talk about culture. And it's not hard to realize what the issue is. When Dan Snyder lost year after year, obviously there's an issue there. Where is it with him? The Jets, the same thing. But these owners don't look inside themselves. And I always say that the Browns, the first year they ever won under Jimmy Haslam is the year that he and nobody else was allowed in the building because of COVID. Only football people. Right?
Yes. Jay, you were all over Matt Ryan to the Falcons front office. The latest rumor is that he's going to try to double dip with TV and the front office.
I don't know about that one.
No?
I don't know about that one.
You don't buy it?
I don't know about that one. I see him going to Falcons games.
Okay.
You're president of football operations. I think you're going to go to football games.
Yeah.
And that one's going to move quickly here as well. And they still have to do a bunch of things. They got to interview a bunch of people that just can't interview one guy. But the way it's going to work is the president of football operations will be here. He'll answer directly to Arthur Blank, and the GM and the head coach will answer to him. Where the past was different, where everybody answered to Arthur Blank.
Yeah.
And by the way, real quick, you were asking again about the openings.
Yeah. Who's the best?
I think so. Tennessee, I love the Giants because they have quarterback, receiver, running back, really good defensive players, right?
Yeah.
And it was funny, but I was talking to a candidate the other day who was like, "Well, I don't want to go to Vegas." I said, "Why not?" He said, "I don't know. They don't have a quarterback there." I said, "Hey, dude, Mike McDonald and Josh Snyder probably didn't think they had a quarterback, right? And, they knew that they had Geno. And then after that, who was going to be our quarterback? It's worked out pretty well for them. All you want to do is go to a place where you could be a partner with the GM. Not that you're working for him, you're working with him. I think John Spytek would be great, and working with Brady would be fantastic. So I do think that could be, they could build something pretty cool over there.
Jay, how pissed is your very, very dear friend Michael Strahan about Myles Garrett breaking his record? And how quickly did he say 17-game schedule?
No, the whole year he loves Myles. So the whole year he's like, if anybody does it, I want him. Right? I think he's pretty close with Myles. And he's always like, dude, this guy's a freak. He's ridiculous. And so then when we came on the other day and he was like, well, he's 16, I was 17. Clearly he was joking.
Yeah.
People don't take it as a joke, right? And then we start piling on him like, oh, yeah, you know how those pesky records could be. They just weigh you down, and, I was joking around, said, I didn't want Myles to get it because nothing good really ever happens to Strahan. Nothing's really worked out for him.
That's all he got.
About one thing.
Jay, you mentioned Tom Brady there. All the reporting that he's going to be heavily involved in kind of forging the Raiders' future. Is that accurate in your understanding? Is he the one making the decision on who the next head coach will be?
I think him and John Spytek are going to make the decision together. And look, the head coach has to work directly every day with Spy, not with Tom. And
that needs to be kind of clear. But Tom's definitely going to have an influence over there. But it's a day-to-day thing with Spytech. I mean, Tom, you can't run it from St. Bart's.
Good point. It's a good point, Jay.
Jay, when big news drops on Twitter, you're a big holy shnikes guy.
Yeah.
But sometimes you will say holy, the crass version of it. Is there a line where shnikes becomes the swear word?
You're asking me about language?
Well, I guess like
I ain't the language police.
No.
Here's the thing. I tweet or whatever you call it the way I talk because I don't work for freaking Twitter. I don't care.
No. I'm saying, is there a big enough story where is the shnikes a lower level news story?
Oh, yes. The shnikes will be if I it's not going to be. I curse when probably usually somebody pisses me off or something like that.
Yeah.
And also, if you guys noticed, I don't really. I go more threads now than Twitter because I just mental health wise. Listen, I grew up in the Jersey Shore. When I got my ass kicked in the Jersey Shore, it sucked for a month. And now you're getting your ass kicked 100 times a second on Twitter. I'm not about that. So I protect myself now. So my sister-in-law actually does my social media now. So
That's smart.
try not to look.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Twitter's pretty toxic.
But by the way, she's always like, man, these people are terrible. I'm not used to this. I'm like, hey, I hear you. We're going to have to put our big boy pants on. You're going to have to deal with your mental health.
Yeah. Jay, I got one last question for you. Kevin Stefanski, I think he's a very good coach. Obviously,
He'll be a top 10.
like I said that, winning a playoff game in Cleveland is basically a Super Bowl, and I think that's how he's kind of viewed in circles. Do you think he's going to jump right back in? Do you think he's going to get a job right away?
Yeah, I've already talked to him. He wants to coach again.
Okay.
And he's going to the Giants today.
Okay.
There's Tennessee. He has Atlanta. They're all hot on him. I think Vegas will put in for him. He's going to go run. And here's the thing too, guys. And this is why I talk to GM. Like I talked to a lot of the GMs and everything. It's just about these candidates. Love a lot of these defensive candidates. But when a guy loses his job, sometimes he loses his you-know-what sack. I don't know. Can I say that here?
Yeah, you can say ball sack.
Okay, he loses his nutsack, right? And you got to look at like, hey, it happened to Eberflus, happened to Hackett. And you got to see which of those guys that are like that. And from what I can see from Kevin, that's not the case. And you could tell when a guy is so bitter about what happens and he keeps talking about. I talked to Kevin, and he's like, no, if anything, I learned from over here.
Yeah.
And this is what, I'm just going and tell people what I learned, not my bitterness of what happened, because I'm not bitter about what happened. I said, okay, there we go. Then he hasn't lost his nutsack. So I think he's going to be a very, very attractive guy for a lot of these jobs.
Jay, a couple of quarterbacks whose futures appear a little uncertain, and Tua Tagovailoa and Kyler Murray. Do you see either of them back with their teams? Are they getting fresh starts? I think Tua said it would be dope to get a fresh start. What do you think the futures for those two are?
I don't know the answer to that, and the reason why I say that is you could have a coach that comes in, say to Arizona, and says, no, I want him. I love him. I could work with him. Like I could do this. And convinces the owner why. But so I don't know the answer to that question yet.
All right. Well, look, we'll definitely be checking you out on Twitter, Threads, everything. Jay, thank you for all of the stuff you do in kind of mental health advocacy and everything in that space. And thank you for joining us.
I use my crazy to help others with theirs.
Hell yeah, man. And keep kicking ass. Looking forward to following the rest of this crazy cycle. Thank you, man.
Thanks. Love you guys.
All right, there he is. Love you too.
Love Jay Glazer.
Is that what we do now?
Yeah, I love Jay Glazer. Jay Glazer's a big love you guy. I love him. He is the best.
Yes.
Absolute best.
He's like Mincy. You and Mincy.
Yeah.
All right, when we get back here, time for some, NFL MVP, then Ask Wub. Last opportunity to get your Wub questions in. More Wake Up Barstool. MVP, 3 little letters, 1 big award. When it comes to NFL MVP, I guess there's 2 guys mainly. Should there be more than 2? It's Drake Maye and it's Matt Stafford. Maye, better record, higher completion percentage, things like yards per attempt. Matt Stafford, more yards, more touchdowns, worse record. Who do we think, boys?
I think the NFL MVP is just an overrated award overall.
I got to be honest, I know we're supposed to force passion for everything we talk about. I don't have a lot of passion.
Well, here's the reason. It's just a quarterback.
Yes,
yeah.
1,000%.
If you actually had a chance to win at another position, I think I'd be more involved, more interested in it. Like obviously last year I was excited that Josh Allen won, but it wasn't like I was like, oh man, he has to win. This is so important. So it just feels like the pool that they're picking from for MVP is essentially 4 players.
Yep.
If JSN broke the record, if he had Calvin Johnson's record, if he had 2,000 yards, and the record is what the Seahawks record is what there is, would he be in this conversation?
Cooper Kupp had the Triple Crown.
He would be NFL
and he wasn't even close.
He would be NFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Right?
Right, it's a quarterback. It's for quarterbacks that might not win a Super Bowl, but they need this for Hall of Fame.
Right. Even to your point, Jay,
Saquon Barkley last year
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley should have absolutely been what did he finish voting? He probably got like one first place vote.
Why is it like that though? Like it can change. Like why don't we make?
I don't know, but it's something. It just happened in the NFL where like even the Heisman has a little bit of hey, Devontae Smith won, Travis Hunter won. There's a little bit. The running back can win. This is the only award that I feel like we do that you cannot win if you are not a quarterback.
Well, it's the most valuable position on the field.
For sure.
but it's like, but to Chay's point, it shouldn't take a 2,000-yard like outlier season to beat what are like these are fine
Cooper
quarterback
Kupp.
seasons.
I think that's when I had this.
That's what
take,
broke you.
Crystallized is Cooper Kupp getting
Yeah.
the Triple Crown and being like, how is he not?
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you look it up, it was probably a year that Patrick Mahomes threw for 45 touchdowns or something.
Stafford's my answer though.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's it's a total coin flip. I think it's also this specific year. I don't care because whoever ends up being the MVP, I'm like, sure.
It's one you forget about. If Stafford wins that Seattle game, it's him.
Massive for Drake Mason.
Or the Falcons game.
Yeah.
Dave. All right, Ask Wub next. Hashtag Ask Wub. We told you to get in your favorite questions on Twitter. Now we will answer them. All right, what do we got, guys? Throw them up the screen. Hashtag Ask Wub. Royal Rumble style. Who wins in a fight between the college football playoff mascots left? Shout out Unimeister.
I think Purdue Peach is tossing people over.
Yeah, but a duck can
The
fly.
duck.
Could wait you out.
I think the duck.
True.
Although Sebastian's pretty good.
Oh, wait. What about a hurricane?
Yeah, Sebastian. Well, it's a.
Oh,
it's
it's
a
the
pelican.
mascot, not
It's
the
like
nickname?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
wiry.
it's a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sebastian. I'll go with
Sparty.
Sebastian. Who?
Sparty's got a good shot.
Sparty.
Yeah, the Spartan.
For who?
Oh, college football. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just thinking mascot. I was like,
All right. Ask
nobody called me on Purdue either.
Victoria.
Oh, yeah, we're Purdue.
Victoria says, Ask Wub, was Sunday night Aaron Rodgers' last NFL win?
Whoa.
I
think the
he's
Steelers
coming
take it back next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would be happy.
And I gotta say,
What about Monday night, guys?
I don't know if you had the same feeling, Eddie, but like because the Bears are good and he's in the AFC, I feel nothing.
No, nothing. You got emotional
Nothing.
at the end. Like, sure.
There's nothing that like it doesn't. I just don't. I bet on the Steelers, so I was rooting for him.
And he didn't play against us this year.
Right.
So do you like them?
I like is a strong word. I would say I'm completely ambivalent.
Okay.
All right, last one here. Shout out Steve. Got any icebreaker combo suggestions when getting back into the dating scene?
Yeah, did you say, have you seen Steven Cheah's wine review?
That's actually exactly what I was going to say.
Look at this.
Maybe
Yeah.
do a little
This.
Somali talk.
Yeah, get
Study
the
up on
same
news.
bottle of wine at a date and be like, my friend said this tastes like poison.
Like a bee stinger.
That's actually a really good way to pick up a chick.
Shout out our friend Wonton Don. He sends a girl a bowl of soup at a bar.
Oh, nice.
Che, I
He's
promised
married.
you 20 seconds.
He said that was a thing.
Okay.
He has not done that in a very long time.
Okay.
We got to give a shout out to the Denver Nuggets. They beat the Philadelphia 76ers with their entire starting lineup out. Maxey, Embiid all played 40-plus minutes. And the Charlotte Hornets beat the Thunder last night. The NBA is in full swing. Get involved.
Too much hands.
Too much hands.
That was handsy.
Put them down.